Hello, everybody, and welcome back to MKE Season 4. This is the low bracket round 2, and we all want to give you a welcome back to this stream because today's match is going to be really interesting. It's the match between Dream Chasers versus Five Sims. Dream Chasers will be on the blue side, while Five Sims will be on the right side for this match. I'll be casting this match with my co caster, Sasuke.
Hello guys, good evening, and just so you know, the MKE Championship Season 4 is sponsored by Genesis Store and co-sponsored by Z3 Store, Zentro Store, and Slay Official. As you mentioned, Crunchy, the Dream Chaser is on left side. So I've been wondering, do you know any of these players, or you have some insiders information regarding what drafts we might be able to see today?
Well, I might have some insider information, but I don't think I should disclose it right before the first game because maybe someone from the enemy team might be listening in onto the stream for the caster commenting, and they might get some information that they shouldn't know for the draft. But anyway, we're right into the game. We're into the draft phase. We're seeing Akai being banned as a first pick. They really don't want that heavy spin plus ultimate. That ultimate heavy spin just combined with the retribution in the jungle is just too good for the objective secure. So I guess they just want to focus on those objectives, Sasuke.
Definitely, maybe, but I think there are pretty good bands instead of going for that Akai band. But meanwhile, the 5 Simp is going for that Martis band, which is a good band in my opinion.
True. Martis is pretty strong right now. After all, he can get a good execution line using his Ashura's Wrath and Ashura's Aura. But we're seeing the Valentina band coming out from the side of Dream Chasers, which is kind of. I mean, they could have tried to pick it, but then again, maybe they're not comfortable with Valentina as the mid lane. She is quite a weird hero after all. Needs you to know the ultimates and how to use them of any hero that's on the enemy side. Meanwhile, we're seeing an Atlas band coming out from the side of 5 They really don't want that 5-man set coming in from the chains of Atlas's ultimate. Anyway, we're seeing Leomord as the very first pick. As we all know, Leomord is just a menace in the game right now. That new buff that he got has just been rampaging across the battlefield. Meanwhile, we're seeing a Xavier being hovered over, while the Khufra has been locked in probably to counter that Leomord. A lot of his skills rely on his dashes in his mounted state. So, I mean, yeah, this is a pretty good draft for both sides. They got Leomord, meanwhile, they got a counter for the side of Biceps. They lock in the Xavier. This is quite interesting, but looking at the new patch, two really strong mages are Farsa and Xavier. I think Xavier has been kind of more relevant since Farsa is not really outranged by anybody, but Xavier can reach her pretty easily with his skills, with his infinite extension and his ultimate. It's just not easy for Farsa to get a good execution line. Meanwhile, we're seeing the Diggy coming out for the side of Dream Chasers along with the Farsa. As I said, both of these are long range, high ground mages, and it's going to be pretty interesting to see how they pan out in this game. Sasuke.
Yeah, we are seeing an Aldo's pick over here. Well,
No,
they're
it's a
the
long. No,
kind
it's
of
an Alucard. No, it's a bird. No, it's a plane. Wait. Who's it? 7, 6, 5, 4. Is it a Layla? Is it a Layla? No, it's a Bane. Not a plane. It's a Bane. But anyway, we're seeing that we're finally in the second phase of the draft where we'll be seeing two extra bands coming out from both sides. But now, I mean, we've seen that both sides have taken their, the same roles: jungler, roam, mid. Now it's just the side lanes that are left, so they'll have to be going with the side lane bans. As we're seeing the Melissas being banned here, not really on board with that ban. Melissa has been nerfed in the current patch, and she's not as strong as she was before. But then we see the 1-1 ban. 1-1 is definitely something you need to ban. It's choked the golden pool quite a bit, and I feel that there are picks that are pretty strong still. Like they could go for the Claude, they could go for a Brody. A lot of picks are actually left right now. But that Clint has been picked right away because he's a big lane bully and will be quite the contest for the side of Dream Chasers. Meanwhile, we see the Claude locked in along with the Yuzhong. They do not want that Farsa to be interrupted by the Yuzhong, so they probably deny picking it for the enemy side. Anyway, we're seeing the last pick coming out from the side of 5 Sims, and is it the Gusion? Could it be the Gusion?
Gushan on EXP, well, I would not propose for that. Or we might see a Gushan in Hyper and Bane will be just going in EXP.
I mean, both ways it's pretty questionable, but I mean, I guess the Bane. Wait, no way. Are they going with double retribution? Are they actually going in with no? Wait,
Okay,
no.
okay,
This
okay.
is
We are
even
seeing.
weirder. This is even weirder by seeing a Bane Inspire, Bane Petrify. What will be the final spell? It's a Flicker, I assume. Flicker seems rational to use. I mean, the Flicker ulti is pretty strong coming in from the brain, and it will be a Flicker. Gusion in the jungle. They tried to probably flex pick it there and get the Gusion in the last pick. But Gusion's definitely, as you can see, before the patch rolled out, Gusion was quite a contested pick, but right now he's the literally the last pick. But where finalized with the draft, Sasuke, what's your guesses on this match?
Well, Gushan against Leo mod, I doubt that questionable pick as you mentioned. I will be going with the Dream Chaser since they have a pretty good draft over here, and the buff on Leo mod is just too much to handle.
Pretty much. I do believe that if Fisems do stand a chance, Xavier will be able to get a lot of setups for his team. He has the immobilize, he has the range, but Fasa still does outrange him. So till now we can see that Dream Chasers have an advantage in the draft. But we'll see that nothing is impossible when the Land of Dawn right now. Match has started and both teams seem pretty intent. The lane split is pretty normal. We're seeing Bane in the XP lane as they was kind of predicted, and both teams seem to be starting from their blue buff, which is a pretty normal rotation. Maybe they might alternate something later on in the game, but for now it's just normal. Both roams mid, both mid laners in place. Kufra might try to get a jump using the Titan's Rage, gets it onto Fasa. Little damage there, but it's just not enough to get an execution line for the side of 5 Sims. There we see Xavier has 2 stacks, so he's trying to poke out the enemy team. Leomord's in the bush. That's a lot of damage from the Diggy's bomb. Gusion doesn't seem to be intent on contesting, so he just goes for his red buff along with the green camp. We're seeing Leomord has secured the Lethal Wanderer. Sasuke.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, in the bot lane, we are seeing Yuzhong is pretty dominating his lane, trying to, just poke the Bane. Meanwhile, he was rotating in the mid lane. Yeah.
Pretty much, we're seeing something might be happening on the top side. We're seeing Diggy being engaged upon, but there's not enough damage from the side of Icems to get anything done as of now. Xavier is pretty late game after all. The only damage they can really get right now is from the Gusion and the Clint. Meanwhile, the Bane also needs to scale up on the AXP lane side. He's jumped upon, Petrify used up, and the Leomord might just get the first blood here. He dives in, but instead, on the top side, Diggy is taken right out by dive from that Gusion, just reached level 4. But the Bane is also forced to back off. Leomord trying to find a pick, but Bane is nowhere to be seen. Xavier's come for the assistance. It won't be looking good for the side of Dream Chasers. They have already been put into a disadvantageous position.
But exactly, and we might see a turtle fight coming in, or maybe, Gushan has not used his retribution, and we are gonna see a turtle contest.
Pretty much, Gusion still does have his retribution, as you said, but Yuzhong has the Black Dragon for goes for it. He might be trying to lock down this Gusion somehow, but he still manages to get the turtle. That's a Federer SI coming in from the faster, gets the Bane out of the picture, and that'll be a one person for turtle trade for the side of Dream Chasers. It's still a win for both teams. I mean, Bane being picked off means that Yuzhong can kind of snowball and try to get pickoffs later on in the game, but at the same time, losing turtle means that their gold lane is at quite a disadvantage right about now. As you can see, oh wait, Fasa going for the flame shot, getting away from the daggers of Gusion. Xavier goes for the snipe, but he won't really be able to get it right now. That is the Letho taken by the Clint. He's really leading right now. He's able to even give rotations onto lanes that are not his right in the early stages. You can see that somehow the gold is actually pretty even. But of course, Clint still has one wave coming. So yeah, it's a 200 gold lead for the Clint. The gold lane, we will see an engage on the mid side. Hufra trying to jump on, but the Diggy will be able to latch onto him and prevent him from getting anything done right now. Xavier taking low, forced to recall right about now. 0 for 0 trade, nothing has been going on right now. Jurgen jumping in again onto the Fasa. She might not have the flame shot right now. He tries to bait in some skill, but he will not be able to. He knows that if he goes in right now, he's taking a big risk. And meanwhile, we're seeing the top side getting a huge lead. Kufra's in the bush. He might go for the jump, but no, wait, he goes for it. Mrs. Diggy, pretty clean. And we're seeing the Fasa has also rotated, but she's forced to back away because she sees the Gusion in the top side. Sasuke.
Meanwhile, we might see an interesting contest going on. Bane is just trying to clear the mid lane. Meanwhile, there's a Leo mode, so he won't be able to push. Meanwhile, in the EXP lane, he's just clearing and trying to get some gold out of that tower.
That was a nice try. Saw the Gusion try to use the daggers to get that Leomord out of the picture, but he was able to escape. That was a good save by Diggy as well, blocking the flame shot. Leomord strafed away from the Xavier ultimate. It's not looking good for the side of Dream Chasers right now. Their team needs to scale up a bit. Leomord needs to get a few items. Fasa also needs to get a few items. That's Kufra going for the jump, but he misses Fasa just by inches. It's actually the pressure coming from the side. Wait, Faisal. They're going for the kill onto the Fasa. Diggy manages to lash onto the Gusion, but it's not enough damage to do anything just yet. Claude's coming for the rotation, but there's not much that can be done. It's a 1-for-0 trade, and now Turtle is up for contest. Right now, we are seeing the Yuzhong is actually not really winning against the Bane. That will be a pick off though, because he extended a bit too much. Diamond's going for him straight away, but that will be the Turtle buff coming in clutch. But Yuzhong getting the pick off onto the Xavier. Kufra taking really low, double kill for the Yuzhong. Gusion going in with the daggers, but he will be put in a really awkward position. The Diggy really trolled him right there. 3-for-1 trade coming in favor for the side of Dream Chasers. Meanwhile, they can do something about this Clint right here, but wait, is this possible? Nah, they don't go for it. But he's taken really low. Diggy lashes onto him. Feather airstrike coming out, but the flicker from the Clint will be able to save him from short death. Anyway, Sasuke, what do you feel about the match so far?
Well, it's an interesting match. Both of the teams are taking fights, but some minor mistakes are causing them pretty much, As we can see, the jump from Kufra is kind of messy, and is this point of view, we can see like he is pretty overextending.
Maybe he just can't get those nutty engages because it's No Nut November. Who knows? Anyways, Kufra trying to get another jump, but it misses cleanly again. He's not really getting much in, but meanwhile the Diggy and the Claude manage to pick off the Clint, and it will be Tar on the top side. First started for the side of Dream Chasers. Meanwhile, Simp is struggling to get any kind of advantage across the map. In mid, they've been trying to kill this Fasa since a lot of time. She's already one death in, but it's not much, for the amount they have engaged and used skills, their ultimates. It's like kind of wait, Yuzhong getting picked off at the bot side. Totally didn't see that happening. Didn't really expect him to take a 1v2 fight so casually right there. Bane's trying to scout out the bush, but yeah, the Gusion's actually right there. Claude, that's a bit of a dangerous position, but he manages to get the BMI right in time along with his ultimate. The shield of the ultimate really helped out. No, Xavier sees him and gets him out of the picture right away. That's another kill for the side of Simp. Clint manages to get the top side because of this whole gang. Pretty successful. One thing about Simps is that while Dream Chasers are going for those team fights, Simps are able to get these pickoffs and get these really sudden leads. Gusion secures the turtle. No steal coming out from the side of Dream Chasers just yet. Lot of damage on the top turret as well. It's a huge lead for them from just one Claude pickoff. This is how crucial the gold lane is to this current matchup, Sasuke.
Yeah, exactly. I was pretty obvious, early snowball on this Leo mod will help them, but yeah, we are not seeing any kills getting in
Wait,
for the.
no. In the bot side, Xavier taken out by the Leomord Black Dragon form from the Yuzhong really helped soften the HP for the side of that Xavier managed to get that pick off right away as soon as he came in. Didn't even need to use the ultimate. It's still there. Diggy going for the reverse time journey, and that will be another pick off for the side of Dream Chasers. The Leomord is actually getting pretty fed right now. He's at 5,200 gold, but you can see that the side lanes coming from the side of Simp still have a huge goal lead, 800 goal lead for the Clint over the Claude, and another 700 goal lead for the Bane over the Yuzhong. Meanwhile, I didn't see that, but the Fasa was picked off in the mid lane once more. Huge up. That's the thing that Simps are doing right now. They're putting a lot of pressure on mid. So the side lanes are not really getting much support. Diggy's picked up once again. But that's a retribution used by the Leomord. Claude coming in with his ultimate. That it'll be another pick off, killing spree for the Leomord. He's really fed right now, for sure. 5,900, but it's still Clint leading the gold for both sides. It after all, he is a gold laner, so it's expected. Claude dashing away from the BMI, and that's Clint trying to chase the Claude, but he will be able to hop away with the second cast of BMI Sasuke.
Yeah, that Clint. I mean, Clint is really trying to poke this Claude, but he's trying his best to get his items and engaging in team fights, stealing some damage.
Pretty much, but you can see that Fasa is right now, like Fasa is not able to rotate. She's not able to do much in terms of the map. She's like, normally you would see a Fasa trying to clear wave and rotate to the side lanes, but instead she not only has a gold disadvantage, she's also not able to rotate. Clint flickering out. She's not really getting these feather airstrikes on point. If nothing happens, it might just be really hard for her to do anything in the later stages. Now Gusion going again, trying to get to this Lord, but it'll be Leomord who will be able to get it. Xavier going in for another ultimate, but the Lord has already been taken. That won't be much done by their reverse time journey from Diggy, and they managed to bait it out, but there's no real casualty from either side. Tyrant's revenge used by Khufra. Recalls coming out, and the Lord will be spawning anytime soon. Sasuke, what do you feel is going to be the pacing of the game at this point?
Well, the amount of damage done by the Xavier is just too much. The sniping coming from the Xavier just hit the Claude, and the Claude was already 40% of his HP.
Yeah, pretty much. The snipes are actually pretty scary coming out from the Xavier. He has a full damage build. He's not even going for a Clock of Destiny. Meanwhile, bot side, Fasa finally getting a pick off onto the Bane. She finally has a lead, finally has a sizable amount of gold over the enemy mid, and that will be Xavier being picked off again. The Yuzhong is just too scary in this matchup. He is exactly where he needs to be in whatever he's doing, except this time shouldn't have gone back, but he did bait out the Gusion, so that will be another pick off for the Claude. Khufra jumping out, trying to get away, but the Barbiel will be coming in for the kill secure. This is now Dream Chaser's time to shine. The Claude has his DHS, the Fasa has her items, and that will be a pick off onto the Clint as well as the Bane triple kill for the Leomord. That feather airstrike really helped in getting those HPs low for Leomord's passive to do all the work. There's the taunt coming in from the Diggy for some reason. I'm not sure you should do that in the game. Focus on the game and try to win, man. No need to taunt. But then again, we're seeing that it's like it. I mean, it is admittedly pretty annoying to see the enemies recalling when they clearly have a comp that's made for the early game. The Gusion, the Clint were dominating pretty hard, but now it's a complete turnover for the side of Dream Chasers. So yeah, I mean, they kind of do have the bragging rights in this current situation.
Well, the Clint is, he's dealing some damage, but the point that Yuzhong, the Black Dragon form, the moment he's jumping on Xavier, the Clint is too afraid to deal some damage.
Pretty much, because I mean, I'd also be pretty terrified because Clint, like, to deal damage, a sizable amount of it at least, not just his passive. He needs to kind of be in the range of both Tiggy and Yuzhong. I mean, he's in the range of Yuzhong no matter what he tries. So it's pretty hard for him to do anything right now. The Xavier as well, he's not able to do much since the Yuzhong is able to successfully zone him out. Lord is about to spawn, and this just might be a contest for either side, since the goal gap is not that high as of now. You can see that Clint and Claude are the same amount of gold. Yuzhong and Bane, it's just the Gusion and the Leomord that are different. That's an easy Lord secure, not really able to contest Simps, not able to get that Lord right there, but they will be able to secure the bot side and keep it up for a split push right about now. But the Claude is trying to, rotate and make sure that the lanes are a bit lined up for this Lord push. They're probably going to try to end the game. That would be ideal, but I don't think it will be possible. They don't have a setter. They have high ground, but the Fasa hasn't been performing all that well this entire game. So she'll have it's like, the game is fully dependent on the Fasa being able to get something done right now, but they're able to melt down the Lord relatively quickly. Diggy tried to lash onto the Kufra. Claude going in for the ultimate, getting a lot of damage, but it will be the side of Sims with a successful defense on this Lord. Wait, not yet. Yuzhong going in for the Black Dragon form. Leomord going in for the ultimate, but flicker used again by the Clint. It's kind of insane how this Clint is able to flicker away every single time. It's really saving him in a lot of these fights, Sasuke.
Exactly, the moment Farsha is using her ultimate, she is just getting out of the range, and even the moment the dragon is up, all of them are just dealing the damage. And Dragon was pretty in the bad shape. He needs to retreat, and that just cost them a 2 towers. I think this will give some space to breathe for the team 5 Simp.
Pretty much. I feel that having that bot inhibitor still is quite a good situation, because Bane can just stay there and force a split push, especially since Lord will be coming in the top side. So he can pressure this out quite a bit, but he's choosing to play safe right now because he really doesn't have any vision. Think that Kufra should try to go ahead in the bot side and try to scout out for the Bane, or maybe even try to find a pickoff, because the Yuzhong is right over there in the bot side, and the entirety of of Deep Chasers is in the top side. If he was scouting, he'd know, but he's just not in the right position right now. He shouldn't be trying to clear the wave. He should be trying to get a freeze in, but instead he chose to freeze the wave onto the enemy side, which is really awkward for the Xavier now. His gold is totally zoned out. This is quite a misplay from the Kufra. It's not something that you'd expect to see in the the playoffs, but I mean, it is what it is, man. Top bot side is being pushed in, so now it's the side of Dream Chasers who actually have the wave clear advantage. So it's not looking good for the side of Ficep. They have lost 2 inhibitors. They have lost pressure over the Lord. They haven't done anything to try to get an advantage for the Lord contest. They're just played safe, and that's not looking good for them right now. Lord will be easily taken by Dream Chasers unless Xavier ultimate comes. Never mind, that won't be enough to secure the Lord right over there. Leomord takes the Lord, and Bane tried to split push over there. Really does get far, but now it's really looking really bad for him. Petrify coming out from the Yuzhong. Bane's trying his best to run away, but he's sandwiched on all sides, taken out, and that'll be godlike for the Leomord. Luckily, Lord's not spawned yet. He does have some time, but it will be a 4v5 for most of this most of this Lord push, but the minions on the bot side managed to get that one bottom side inhibitor are down for the side of Simp. They still have a chance of winning this through a split push because of a misplay on the side of Dream Chasers. Kufra going for the Tyrant's Revenge, but it's really not enough. Really bad usage of the Tyrant's Revenge over there. He really should have waited it out. Instead, he's getting picked off 3v5. This will be looking bad because now it's a 2v5. Xavier being picked off. Bane has returned, so it's still a 3v5. Claude going in with the Blazing Duet for the ultimate, but it just might be game. The Lords locked onto the base, and that is GG.
Yeah, exactly. That's the first win coming in from the Dream Chaser. Well, I think that the last fight where Bane was fallen down, the time where the Dream Chaser took the Lord, I think the enemy team might should have contest for it. Yeah, even though it's a 4v5 situation, but we were seeing a Bane is on a split push, and there was only the inhibitor towers. So even if they managed to take some time and give some space to Bane, he might have done some damage to the tower, and and in rare case scenario, he would have just taken the tower and they might have won.
Pretty much actually sums up the game. I feel that Fasa was not contributing much in the earlier stages. That's why she got that silver rating. But in the later stages, she was able to successfully, not successfully, she did a decent job zoning out. It was mostly the Claude who was able to get a lot of the high ground advantage. Leomord getting really good ganks on both sides really secured the deal. Diggy making successful rotations also helped a ton for the side of Dream Chasers. Really good match. And I feel that the draft really went bad for the side of Five Sims. They shouldn't have gone for a Bane offlane. Should have gone for more frontline because Kufra being the only person who can really scout bushes really gave them a huge disadvantage in intel. And just knowing where the enemy is at any point of time, and that really didn't help. The Gusion tried his best, but there's literally nothing you can do when your draft is just this bad. Anyway, we'll be. I guess that's the end of this match. We'll be wrapping up. And Sasuke, would you like to, as a final message, introduce our sponsors to the chat?
Exactly. Last but not the least, the MKE season champion. I mean MKE Championship Season 4, which is sponsored by Genesis Store and co-sponsored by Z3 Store, Zentro Store, and Slay Official.
Pretty much. Anyways, guys, we'll be seeing you in the next match. Stay tuned and peace out.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to round two of lower bracket, sponsored by Genesis Store, co-sponsored by Z3 Stores, Zentro Store, and Slay official, and of course the championship is MKE Championship. I'm Sasuke along with my partner Ego, and this is the match two. Of course, the match one is won by Dream Chaser. That was an amazing play coming in from Dream Chaser, and we will be going into the match number two at any moment.
Of course, Sasuke, we are going to have our second game between Five Sims and Dream Chasers. Dream Chasers already have the lead by winning the first match, but
Uh,
we might have an issue in the draft because I see a 4 versus 5 here.
Well, we will be restarting. I think there was an glitch issue. Some of the, I mean, one of the player from the 5 sim was, dancing between the spectator mode and the player section.
I guess that was the issue. Then we will be having the restart. But we have to go through this draft phase once before restarting it.
Never mind, guys. We will be back after the restart. I'm sorry for causing the trouble.
I didn't cure the pain.
Your team is picking.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the round 2 of lower bracket of MKE Championship Season 4, which is sponsored by Genesis 2 and co-sponsored by Z3 Store, Zentro Store, and Slay Official. This is the match 2 between Dream Chaser and the Five Simp. The Dream Chaser is on red side taking on the Five Simp on blue side. This is the match number 2, and definitely the Dream Chaser has won their match 1. I'm Sasuke along with my partner Ego. So without further ado, let's jump on to the draft.
Sorry everyone for that little technical issue over there. We will start the match right away, and we now have a proper draft beginning. And Sasuke, I will like to correct you there a bit. Five sims are on the blue side. You said they were on the red side. So
Okay,
just
okay, my bad, my bad. I think I'm just frustrated regarding that technical issue done, but
that
they
that that,
are banning
that shouldn't
they
have happened. That
yeah.
shouldn't have happened.
But they are banning the Yuzhong. We have seen how Dream Chaser has played, and I think that's a respect ban coming in from the team Vice. Meanwhile, Dream Chaser are banning Akai. What do you think about that pick, Ego?
Banning an Akai, I don't think that this is a kind of an odd ban, I'd say, because Akai is falls off in the late game. Kind of, this is because of that increased cooldown, but that is an interesting ban coming in instead of other heroes that are right now
Your team is
uh, like, what do you say, in the meta. But we have a Martis ban
Your
and
team
a
is picking.
1-1 ban, but in 5 sims they directly go for the Leo mod pick.
Yes, the last time it was the Dream Chaser who was picking the Leo mode, and this time it's the Five Simp. Well, let's see if they are gonna go for this game, then it will be a tie for it. Meanwhile, Dream Chaser are gonna lock that Valentina, and let's see what gonna they pick. Maybe a phobia. So okay, they are going for that Tigreal. Well, that's an unusual pick. A Tigreal coming in from Dream Chaser. Well, it's not a meta tank, not anymore, and I think it's a comfort pick. They are gonna go with it.
Yes, it can be called as a comfort pick if Tigreal is played right. It can be a huge factor for that, for the side of Dream Chasers. But we have a Lilia pick coming in from 5 sims, and they might be pairing it up with the Hylos. We know Hylos has received a buff to his second skill in the recent patches, where it can now slow, no, not just slow down the enemies, but also slow down their attack speed.
Yes, exactly. And Lilia with an Hylos combo. I have noticed that it's a pretty deadly combo, and it slows too much enemy. And meanwhile, with these top three picks, I can assure that the five simp are going too aggressive in their draft. Meanwhile, a carry coming in from the side of Dream Chase, and that's it for the first phase of draft. Meanwhile, going on to the second phase, I think they should be targeting a marksman, Melissa, or maybe something like that. Melissa or Claude, or what's left, a Clint. Yeah.
But yes, they have gone for that Melissa ban, and it's an interesting draft phase we are having this match, because we still have a Faramis open. I guess both teams won't be picking it because they already have their mages, and I guess from the side of Dream Chasers, they are going in for a like mid to late game composition, as up
Your
as we
team
can
is
see up to
picking.
now. But 5 sims have banned the Gushan. I guess they don't want the Gushan jungle from the side of Dream Chasers.
Well, Gushan on Jungle, I would question about it because it's not a good pick in my opinion. Because Gushan in Jungle will fall off in late game. Even he do some things in early, he do get snowball, but definitely in as the game proceeds to the late game, he will fall and he will lack the damage. And they are going for the Clint. Well, that's a double marksman going in with the Dream Chaser. I think that might be an AFK pick. Well, we don't know regarding it. And yeah, the five sims are going down with the Beatrix, and they are showing well, they are doing it just like last time.
Your team is picking.
Is it okay right now? Okay.
So
Well,
we
they
have
are
a bit
going
of,
for Zilong, and right now, yeah, Carmela is pretty buff. Uh,
but
so
the
what
Zilong
are the
pick is kind of an oddball, I would say, because we haven't seen any Zilong, I guess, to this point of the tournament. Uh, from the side of Dream Chasers, we still don't know who will be the jungle, as they haven't went with an retribution yet. But I guess it will be the carry at jungle. This is an interesting draft from the side of Dream Chasers. Who do you think that have the upper hand from this draft
Well,
phase?
the Dream Chaser are ready to gamble. I have seen the patch which is released on the 7th of the November this month. They have buffed up Carmilla pretty much, but they are gonna gamble it. The Carmilla is being played on EXP lane. Meanwhile, this carry is on jungle. Now carry is on jungle against a Leo mod. Well, that's not a good pick in my opinion. They might have went for an Alas pick. It might work for them after the level 12 of Alas. He's pretty deadly, and he might work against a Leo mod.
I guess as expected, they are going for that mid to late game composition, as they have those both marksmen. But if they can hold it out till they get their items, this might be an easy game for Dream Chasers. Whereas but we still have that Hylos and Lilia, who will be very annoying in the team fights because of their slowing effect being stacked. But this I'm interested in this Zilong, like what can that Zilong do against a Carmilla. But so let's say we are back in the land of Dawn for the second game between Team 5 Sims and Dream Chasers.
Meanwhile, the players are gonna take their positions, and the minions are just gonna take their places. I'd like to remind you the sponsor of the MKE Championship is Genesis Store and co-sponsored by Z3 Store, Zentro Store, and Slay official YouTuber.
We can see the Lilia taking a bit chunk of HP out of the Tigreal already. And they will be. There is not much action going on the top side. Zilong is struggling a bit against this Camilla, but he will go back. And the Litho Wonder is secured by the Leomord, but the Hylos went in a bit too much, and Tigreal gets the kill, the first blood on him.
Yes, that was a pretty overextending coming in from Hylos, and he will pay it by the death going on to the Dream Chaser. That's the first blood coming in. Meanwhile, on top lane, the EXP lane, that is Carmilla, is pretty dominating over that Zilong. As we are saying, she is gonna, chunk him to the death. Then Zilong is pretty much forced to recall. Meanwhile, this Lilia is just gonna help him. Just rotate over here, and yeah.
Meanwhile, on the bottom side, we can see Leomord and Hylos are on that gold lane, but Tigreal coming up for the help for the Clint. And we don't have much going right now over the map, but the Lord will be spawning in just 5 seconds, and we might see a lot. Sorry, a turtle fight soon. Then the turtle is up. Leomord and carry the junglers from both sides are there in the Lord. The jungle. Sorry, I'm extremely
A
sorry.
lot, the turtle
The
pit, yeah,
turtle.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we can see Dream Chaser are already over there, and the turtle is pretty low, and meanwhile they are zoning them hard. They're not letting it. Meanwhile, Carry securing a turtle, and we are seeing an absolute astonishing team fight. Carry gets a kill over Leomord, she gets a double kill over Hylos, and we might see over triple kill, but Valentina secures that kill over Lilia, and that's it for the 0-4. 0-4-3 trade coming in from Dream Chaser, and they even managed to secure the turtle.
Yes, they have managed to secure the turtle, and this is very bad news for the side of 5 Sims, as the carry is already getting that farm. That's really bad, I would say. And on the top side, Carmilla is just right now harassing that Zilong. The Zilong, you can see, is still level 4, and Carmilla is about to reach level 6. But on the bottom side, I thought we might have a fight, but yes, we might see a fight here because three members from the side of Team Five Sims are there, and Tigreal and Valentina are up for backup for Clint.
Tigreal is just gonna zone, give the vision to his team. Meanwhile, Leo mode is just gonna pretty fall back because he don't have his pre team. Meanwhile, Lilia is gonna burst down this Valentina. Meanwhile, she is using her ult, but Leo mode will be taking that kill. Carry is gonna come down and sorry, Tigreal is just gonna ult over him, and Leo mode is pretty low. Will he fall down? No.
I saw there a botched flicker coming in from Clint. I guess he used that flicker on the wall, but he couldn't get through the wall. But on the mid side, we saw the Lilia overextending a bit to get the kill on the carry, but the carry gets the kill instead.
Yeah, even Hylos was down and Clint was securing that kill over Hylos, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
Well, the turtle is up, and we are gonna see a contest between these two over turtle fight. Carrie is already over the turtle pit, and even Carmilla is just gonna zone them. She was trying to cut the lanes, but there were too many people over there, so she will be retreating. Meanwhile, in the gold lane, Clint is dominating over the Beatrix, and it's a clean sweep for the turtle, and the pause is coming from the side of Dream Chaser this time. And what you want to say about this turtle? They didn't even contest for this turtle fight.
I guess they were in no shape to contest this for the turtle because we know the zoning out potential of that Tigreal. If he catches someone, this can be like almost a clean sweep for Five Sims because they are down by almost a 3k gold by now, and the carry is far more ahead of the Leo mod in terms of the farm. So they shouldn't be risking it now. They should be focusing on their lanes for now and wait for the right opportunity to strike back.
As you mentioned, Igor, yeah, you are perfectly right about it. And yeah, Leo, but I would like to highlight it that's a Leo mode hyper against a marksman hyper. And we know like Leo mode is kind of buff. And once he is farmed, once he gets his snowball, there's no stopping that Leo mode until you have a CC and ton of damage over him.
Exactly, but we also know that the carry can go with a tankier build, so she can have more sustain. So this is an interesting matchup, I'd say. But we will be ending the pause just in 5 seconds.
And here we go. We are gonna resume the game, and we can see a fight is going on over here, and Carry will get a kill on Leo mod. That's not a hyper play you want to get, and I think that was pretty decent. And the mistake coming in from the 5 Simp. Meanwhile, if we talk about the gold, Carry is already 3.6k gold leading the highest team.
Yes, exactly. She is leading the farms in farm in her team and as well as in the whole match. Carrie has already got that golden staff, so killing the Hylos and Leomod might not be a big trouble for her because we know the golden staff helps the carry to get her passive activated one basic attack faster.
Meanwhile, we can see Hylos is already AFK in the base, and they have not call up for the pause. I think that might be a technical issue, but we can
might
see.
be in trouble, but she flickers out. But she is in trouble, and she will eventually fall down. But Tigreal just extended a bit. too much on the
Tigreal was taking too much of the tower damage and he will be falling down. Meanwhile, Carry manages to take that tower. And yeah, it was a pretty 1v4 team fight. Carry, I mean, yeah, the Beatrix should have reached over that moment. And there's a lag coming in from the side of Tigreal, which is the team Dream Chaser.
I guess the both the sides are like right now have facing some network issues, but I guess Team Five seems will be successfully able to defend that tier one turret on the mid side. Uh, but right now the match is being dominated by Dream Chasers, and they are right now in a very comfortable spot.
The turtle is up, and
And
yet
they
it's gonna
will,
be again in the hands of Dream Chaser. That was no possible team fight coming in from the enemy team. That is the fire same band. They will be forcing down the mid tower, and yet again we are seeing a Leomord is gonna camp over here in the grub bush. Meanwhile, Clint is taking the kill over Zilong. Now that is a bad. I mean, come on, Zilong versus a marksman in a 1v1 situation. You are still dying to a marksman. Well, that's it. They are gonna extend that far. I mean, yeah, they are gonna extend the team fight, and they will be forcing down to take this tower.
yes, they will take down this tower. We can still see the roamer from the side of Five Sims are is AFK. So this is bad news for them. Meanwhile, on the top side, Flint secures the kill on the Lilia, and they will secure the second turret too. On the bottom side, interestingly, the Carmilla has got the kill on the Beatrix, but Leomord will secure the kill on Ashra to
That's a
end
fantastic
the
ultimate
bench.
coming in from Tigreal, and the well, I think the kill of the Leomord is been taken by this Valentina. Am I right?
I guess so. I didn't notice well too, but mm, I guess Five Sims they are in big trouble and they are going to surrender this match. I guess.
Well, and according to it, they are facing a heavy leg issues and they might surrender. And that's a clean score coming in from the Dream Chaser. The score is 2-0, and that's it for the game number two. Congratulations, Team Dream Chaser, for managing to go for the next round of the lower bracket. Meanwhile, it's a goodbye for the Team 5 Sim. They have been eliminated from this tournament. Well, better luck next time in the next season. We'll be seeing you in the next season. Well, last but not the least, what do you think went wrong for the Team 5 Sims, besides from the lag issue, of course?
I guess Team Five Sims went wrong with that their XP pick. They needed a bit more of the tankiness, which they lacked. And of course, the mistakes coming in from their roamer and the mage as they went overextending a little bit too much, which led to the farming up of that carry, which just melted down each and everything that came in our way.
Well, that's it for the round number. I mean the yeah round number two, and last but not the least, we'd like to remind you again the MKE Championship Season 4 is sponsored by Genesis 2 and co-sponsored by Z3 Store, Zentro Store, and Slay Official YouTube.
And with this, this is excuse.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And we have received breaking news like the next match, which is between the team Area 69 and the Worst Generation. We have got the news like the Worst Generation have surrendered, and Area 69 just moves on to the next round. And that's it for the day. Thank you and good night.